So much depends on reputation. Guard it with your life. This is the 5th law in Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power, a great book about how to be successful in a world that honors those who are deceptive and cunning. It's too bad it's become the Bible for kids who have experienced their first breakup and believe that there are 2 wolves inside of them. Speaking of which, Telltale's The Wolf Among Us is the story of Sheriff Bigby Wolf, who has a wolf inside of him, that being his horrendous past that has been attached to him for centuries, trying to redeem himself for the wrongs he has committed in the past. If you play him the way I did at least, and wasn't a thieving, psychotic, acid-tongued maniac. Dot 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 dot. The Wolf Among Us follows Sheriff Bigby on his largest investigation yet. Although starting as a simple murder case, it unravels into an intricate mystery that involves countless fairy tale characters and creatures. These characters reside in the small community known as Fabletown, located on Bullfinch Street, Upper West Side, Manhattan, New York City, New York, USA, world, Milky Way. Fabletown is home to fairy tale and nursery rhyme characters who have adapted to a noir-themed world, seeping in unfortunately realistic scenarios. With well-known characters like Ichabod Crane as a corrupt deputy mayor, and Georgie Porgy as a strip club-owning prick. With Snow White's help, Bigby manages to uncover the secrets of the town that were covered by a conniving crime boss, and attempts to save Fabletown while he still can, hopefully mending his image in the process. Not the image of him and the other wolf inside of you, that one's for his college photo album. Bigby is a unique protagonist whose actions are determined by the player, yet he has an interesting backstory that the player only knows half of. He cross-dressed as a teenage girl's grandmother, and he destroyed the houses of 2 hogs despite the current socio-economic climate. We aren't really told about any other crimes he may have committed. His decisions are up to the player, yet it's prominent that he is trying to change himself and become a better person as the game plays on. Although trying to improve himself, other characters from those fairy tales still see him as the creature he was during that dark age. For some characters, they understand he is attempting to better himself, like Colin and Snow White. However, others still view him as that haunting creature that would blow down houses for fun. Holly and Gren are constantly reminding him of this, instead of using sound logic during a legitimate murder case. Oh my fucking god, can't we get over this? I want to go out and eat my fucking bacon! Bigby has 2 wolves inside of him. One is a guy who wants to do right by the people in his town, who wants to redeem himself for his actions, while the other is a demon from the past who constantly reminds him of his misdeeds and who he was. And these 2 wolves are kissing. Making out. Bigby still holds the negative reception he held centuries ago from when he was devouring armies and being a homewrecker. He is still viewed by Fabletown as that same creature years ago, and despite that, he wants to become a better person who looks out for his people and does right by them. As the game goes on, you have the choice to make his moral betterment a reality because of the outcome of certain decisions throughout the game. The choice with the largest impact on Bigby's development and reputation is the fate of Tweedledee. If Tweedledee is killed, most of Fabletown will remain terrified of him for the rest of the game and ridicule his decisions constantly, setting in stone that he is a bad guy. If Tweedledee is spared, Bloody Mary calls him a pussy. But come on, who even listens to an alcoholic cocktail anyways? Sorry, single mothers. Besides that, his reputation isn't saved. It isn't improved that much at all for that matter. He's just seen as a slightly better guy than Fabletown originally expected. Despite Bigby trying to do what is right and be a good individual, people still criticize his past misdeeds. This is identical to most people in our social society. For instance, if you knew a guy who bullied you all through high school and met him 20 years down the road trying to make amends for his past mistakes, would you view him through new lenses? Or would you look at him with that preconceived notion you had of him back when he sent your dick pic to Lisa Smith in 10th grade home economics class? Reputation is fragile. It takes years among years to build up, but can be destroyed with a simple gust of wind on the back of its neck. A negative reputation in someone's eyes would take years to fix, yet a positive reputation can be destroyed in one quick, swift move. This is what makes bettering yourself much harder than it actually needs to be. Bigby is trying his hardest to do right, but that idea that he is still the big bad wolf stops him from making any further progress due to it being used against him almost every single day. Being bashed down constantly when you're just trying to improve yourself is unfortunate, and although unfortunate, it's still human. A person doesn't just accept a serial killer into good graces because he helped an old lady cross the street. There's so much more to it than that. As stated at the beginning, reputation is something that is depended on greatly. It helps you get a good social life. It helps you get a good job. The way that people view you is important no matter what you believe. So, can you reshoot a broken image? I believe it depends on the severity. If you're just a bit of a douchebag in high school who wants to do right and wants that status cleaned, that's easily fixable. But if you sent your victim's dick pic to Lisa Smith in 10th grade home economics class, fuck you. Severity is where the judge determines if you can come back from the point of no return. But just because you're viewed in a terrible light, just because you've lost credibility you once sought for, doesn't mean you should just give up. Your reputation may be fractured, it may never come back, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't stop striving to be the best you that you can be. Just because you did bad things doesn't mean that you should stop trying to account or make up for those things. Sure, it might be impossible to regain those friendships or get that job back, but you shouldn't play into it. A reputation should be built off who you are, not who you want to be seen as. If you are a genuinely caring and intelligent guy with an image that's been dragged through the mud due to coincidence, keep striving to be yourself, and I'm sure your name will be cleared. Bigby's reputation as a bad guy is connected to him. It will be there forever, but if his actions truly come from a good place of wanting to help the people around him, does it really matter what reputation he has? And viewer, that goes for you as well. When it comes to building a new you, forget about what people think, just keep going no matter what. You won't be viewed highly, but if being viewed highly by others is what you're going for, I don't think you even deserve it. Now, I'm gonna leave you with some wise words here. Mirror, mirror, I would love to flex on you all, but sometimes I think about men. Does that make me a homosexual? There are two wolves inside of me. Hey fellas, if you're looking for something comedic, why not watch The Alcoholic, a Dale and Dawson skit video I made. But if you enjoyed this video, consider watching more video essays from this playlist right here. Huge thanks to my boys CJ and Murray for the support on the Patreon, allowing me to feed my dyslexic children. Anyways fellas, I will see you in... I don't know.